Live Blitz game number 18. Let's see what we can do here. Um, Screen, am I on? Not that. There we go. 5-minute game. Black pieces will be a Sicilian defense. Yeah. E6, so he doesn't know if I'm playing Khan, Taimanov, or the pin variation. I play the pin variation. Where will the knight go? Knight f5, castle. I got some pressure on his knight still. Oh, he went to defend that. Threaten the knight. On f5. It's a good idea to take it because it's moved so many times and my bishop hasn't even moved. Moved like 3 times. Snap that guy off. And then big center. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it's funny because I move those pawns one at a time. Double. Double down. Double down, bro. Ski. What you doing, player? That was just funny. So now what is he doing? I guess rook rook e1 is natural from the f file. I don't know. I'm looking at some possibilities. Oh, he did come up to double maybe. No worries. I'll humble myself. Play b6. He's defending his position. I got this nice fork though. Scoop up a bishop. And technically I could win the pawn too. But that would actually not win the pawn because he has bishop takes knight. So I could move my knight first and attempt to get that knight out of dodge and then win the pawn. The king's looking rather bare. This is actually going to be my move. Because I'm establishing a pawn chain because knights are better when there's pawn chains and everything. If the position is super open and there's hanging pawns, bishops have a little bit more strength. It's a strategical concept and idea. This might complicate things and move his rook to dead position. If he moves his rook, yeah, if he moves his rook over, then I'll just move my pawn up. And I'm sitting on an advantage right now. Threaten your bishop. Get back. Bishop. Get back. Yeah. My pawn's looking great. I can actually win this pawn finally. That's been weak the whole game. That's the thing. If you don't use that pawn to attack with some fancy stuff and well calculated stuff, I'm gonna have pressure on that, and that happened. Knights dancing around in the center, around the pawn chains, and the big centers. Sorry. Keep doing the same thing. His light square bishop doesn't have much scope, so I'll move to the light squares. That would otherwise be a little bit weak. Actually, a good idea is to take that bishop. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but it would be a nice idea for me at some point because of these pawns on the dark squares. Here, 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 and here. I remember that being good if someone's bishop is on dark squares and my pawns are on dark squares and take that bishop. He should have just played bishop f2 to save his bishop. Well, I'll capitulate his doubled pawns with tempo if he's willing to do so, because after he moves his bishop, I'm going to get some pressure with my other rook. And yeah, I already created another doubled pawn. He really should have played bishop f2. It would have been a better, more accurate game on our parts. It's okay though. I'm willing to win. I'm willing to win it. You don't got any tactics, bro, so I'll win that pawn. Yeah, this is good. Kind of bother him a little bit throwing the bishop. I can always defend b6. In that position, I could have. Now I'm looking at everything. Defending b6. He can invade on the 7th. That'd be a good move. Oh. Some pressure on the game. Because when I get to d4, his light square bishop's never going to be able to give that big knight any trouble. You can undermine the pawn chain, yeah, but his light square bishop's never going to be able to give that any trouble. So that knight's going to be big this game. There he goes, undermine the pawn chain. Inserted, defended. Put my pawn on dark square. Structural move. Little structural move, you know? Good for the end game. His pawns on the king side are doubled. I have no doubled pawns. I have one isolated pawn. Oh. 2 pawns. Yeah. Pushy, pushy. Some big questions being asked now. What are you gonna do, bro? I know your bishop's guarding the queening square. You have a rook in the way. Is he attempting to get back row pressure? Might not pan out too well. I'll take that. Now I don't have any pressure against my king that I can really see. And now I'm forcing trade of rooks. Get my rook behind that. Pawns moving up forward towards the queening squares. King moving up to a more active position. Let's do that. I can play endgames. This isn't a problem for me. I'm just assuming he's going to take. Yeah. And then give a clearance square for my king to come into his position. And now, ask a big question to him. Where are you going to move? Which side? You move to the king side again? I'm coming down. I always can use tempos with my pawns. Yeah. Queen's coming down, bro. If you didn't do that, I would have gotten to the king side weakness pawns. 3, 2, 1. Resign. Just a quick recap. Like, really fast is the Sicilian pin variation. People don't know how to play it. They just get crushed. Center was so strong. They had the double pawns, and I understand the strategies behind this game. Boom, baby.